We are the anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. Bianca Del Rio declined All-Star 7, but fans hope she'll join a future All-Winner season as the rumors of a new season spark excitement. Let's keep hope alive.
Remember Logo TV? Logo TV's Thanksgiving special with Mateo Lane, Shangela, and others redefined holiday traditions 8 years ago, adding queer humor and sparkle to the festive season. Let's get into our Thanksgiving time machine and take a holiday look back.
Theaters urge silence during Wicked movie screenings, but gays want to sing, so sing-along screenings start December 25th. But what happens in the theater until then?
A new report reveals what every gay man knew already. Cold weather causes temporarily genital shrinkage due to restricted blood flow, a phenomenon linked to heat retention.
Queer News Tonight salutes our colleagues at Outsports as they celebrate 25 years spotlighting LGBTQ athletes' journeys with inspiring quotes on authenticity, courage, and breaking barriers in sports.
Good evening. Welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ daily evening television news, broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels. It is Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we are going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ evening news show. Whatever happens unique in LGBTQ news, you will see it and hear it.
Hotspots Magazine Happening Out Television Network is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model of PBS and NPR, but designed for the LGBTQ community. Our mission is to support the 11 pillars of our LGBTQ community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
In 2025, our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBTQ experience, and our television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
Let's meet tonight's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome back Jeff Oliverio. He is a financial advisor and certified financial planner with Truist Wealth in Fort Lauderdale. Jeff is one of the founders and president of the Hollywood LGBTQ+ Council. He has served as co-chair for the National LGBTQ Task Force Gala since 2021. Jeff, it's always lovely to see you. The annual Ugly or Fabulous Sweater event will kick off the season on Thursday, December 12th at Block 40 Food Hall. Tell me what's happening.
Well, this is one of our really fun events we do for the Hollywood Council, where we kind of serve as a kickoff to My Hollywood Pride. We have a fabulous and ugly sweater because, you know, of course.
Hello. Hello.
We don't want ugly sweaters.
Right.
We do some holiday-themed karaoke. It's at our brand new Block 40 Food Hall in downtown Hollywood, which is an amazing space and venue. Come out for fun. We also do this in conjunction with the Humanity Project as a fundraiser. So a lot of good, positive holiday stuff and fun sweaters to look at. So
Honey,
join us.
You had me at sweater, ugly or fabulous. I'm in. Let's welcome anchor Dr. Bobby Huen. He is a certified civil and family mediator and a founder of BH Conflict Resolution Services. From Hong Kong and having grown up across the world, he can offer a queer global perspective on current events. Welcome back, Bobby.
Oh, hey, Eric, sweetie. How are you?
I'm great.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
And tomorrow we're going to grow twice the size.
Yes, we'll be reporting before we eat, hopefully, tomorrow. Let's welcome back Alex Morash. Alex has written for The Advocate and served as editor-in-chief of Options Magazine. He has also served as media director of the National LGBTQ Task Force and press secretary for the Florida Democratic Party. Welcome back, Alex.
Thank you for having me back, Eric. It's always fun to be here, and happy Thanksgiving Eve to everyone watching tonight.
Yes.
And of course, this is today's lead anchor, Eric Restivo. Eric is well known for DJing at some of the largest clubs in West Hollywood and has had residencies in LA, P-Town, New York City, and now Wilton Manors. He is the television host of The W Boys, focusing on LGBTQ love for entertainment, because broadcast on Fridays and then on demand. Welcome, Eric.
It is so lovely to be at the table with the three of you. Let's jump in. Oh, wait, I forgot. I have something to plug really quick. If you have not already gotten forgot what day it was. If you have not already gotten your tickets for my holiday extravaganza at Tropics this Friday, it starts at 8 p.m. Seating start at 7:30. All you need to do is make a reservation. They are strongly recommended. They're already filling up. We've got the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida and Matthew Darren and Gabe Salazar, and my crazy booty will be running around the whole venue. Please come. I hope to see you there. And if you can't come this one, there's 5 more after this. We'll talk about that later. We are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and this evening we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast. And here are the bullet points of the queer news for Wednesday, November 27, 2024. First, this evening, let's queer up drag culture. Bianca Del Rio says, "Not today, Satan," to all winners RuPaul's Drag Race. Bianca Del Rio is a crowned champion of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6 and celebrated worldwide as a comedy powerhouse, She recently revealed that she has declined an invitation to join All-Star 7, the show's first all-winner season. The revelation came during a conversation with Drag Race UK star Tace on MTV's Queer Epiphany. Tace asked Bianca about going back on All-Stars.
Drag Race, and obviously there has been an all-winner season out, you being a prestigious winner. Do you think, or would you want to, ever go back to an all-winner season, obviously?
Okay, well, I'll give you this bit of information. The last all-winner season, I got a call, and they said, would you be interested in doing it? As we were chatting about it, I said, well, so what's the format? And they basically explained the format, and all was the same, with the exception of no one being eliminated. And I thought, do I want to do this? And I thought, not really.
I'm going to need that head wrap. Fans were quick to express their disappointment. One viewer said, "There's no good reason not to do it, even if you don't win." Another pleaded, "We need Bianca Del Rio to accept the next invitation." All-Star 7 featured 8 former winners vying for the title of Queen of All Queens, with Season 5 legend Jinx Monsoon ultimately claiming her second crown. However, many fans believe Bianca's sharp wit and charisma would have given Jinx stiff competition. As rumors swirl about a potential second all-winner season, fans are holding out hope Bianca will reconsider. Meanwhile, the upcoming All-Stars 10 promises to deliver a cast that is what World of Wonder promises will be, quote, wild and unexpected and a whole lot of fun, end quote. But just not with the highest paid Drag Race contestant in history. Listen, it's no surprise to me that Bianca declined this. She is well known for her stance on not wanting to return to the game. She has said that once you win, why go back and redo everything again? But I will shout out, I made some notes. Bianca makes her own clothes. She is a sewing expert. She makes all of her own music mixes. She has for years now. And she's a pet parent to 2 very, very cute puppies, just saying. Yes. So she's out in Palm Springs now, I want to say. Yeah.
I'm with you, Eric. I think Bianca has no reason to go back on the show.
No.
She made a good point where, I agree with the idea of not eliminating people. I think it's something new and different for the show.
Right.
But the format's still the same. So there's not anything new or different. And you see a lot of entertainers being like, with all sorts of different things in the entertainment world, of being like, I've already done that. Why do it again? And for Bianca, she's so big. What does she gain from that? And it's like
a headache.
Yeah, right. And they say that they lock you in a hotel, you can't leave, which makes
you don't have your phone. You can't speak to anyone. Right.
Maybe if they were a little nicer, at least for the all winners, because you already won, we know it's the winners. It's not a secret. Like maybe let them hang out at the pool together more. Or something. Right. Maybe they could get Bianca.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, game show rules are very set due to the fact that a series of scandals in the 1950s, when network TV was still in its infancy, they create game shows and then they provide cheats to sort of select the winners. And that scandal led to some of the strictest game show laws in America that stands today. So which is why they lock people in the rooms and no contact
So are you saying that RuPaul's friends continuously winning has been a coincidence?
Oh,
Well, I also think there's just certain queens, like, I don't think that Jinx Monsoon will now go back after she's won the second round. She's been on Broadway since here. She's, you know, I couldn't see Trixie Mattel going back on. She's opened up multiple properties and has a crazy successful podcast with Katya I would never see going back on. So Sasha Colby has done it, and she's everyone's favorite drag queen. I don't see her going back on. I see Bianca Del Rio coming back in more of a host position if that were ever to happen, but, you know.
Well, I don't think RuPaul is giving that up.
Oh, RuPaul's giving it up
outside of their the queens now have a lot more opportunities outside of their genre. You know, they're going on Traders, they're going on Dancing with the, you know, there's all these other sub.
The Traders is so good, by the way. I spoke to Alan Cumming
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
And I think there's a declining, you know, declining worth of going on that show over and over again. You know, they're not changing it for them. Like, you know.
But the irony is that they're increasing the potluck, the price. So it's like, even this last layout of All Stars, it wasn't a big amount because they were raising money for a charity. Yeah. But the previous seasons, it's like they add a cast member each season. So whatever cast it is, 15, that's how many casts are going to be in it. And it just keeps going up. I mean, you have to remember, this started off as, wasn't the prize like $10,000 season one? And now it's up to $500,000 or something crazy like that. So ironically, the worth going on, your individual worth, is not really reflective of what they're throwing at you.
I think it's also more competitive now. I mean, you know, more people who are coming out of the woodwork and
the queens are spending more money on their equipment and their looks too. You know, they're
using in a little more professional,
a little bit more, and using designers and having all these things pre-made. Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
How many seasons have there been now? Like,
this is what, 15 coming up, or 16? I think 14 or 15. I said in the story, it's something like that. But yeah,
personally, I lost count at 6 because that was the last great season. But
well, next, let's queer up gay culture. Recalling when Logo pondered, what's the gayest thing about Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving got a fabulous twist 8 years ago when Logo released a video featuring Robbie LaRiviere, comedian Mateo Lane, and Drag Race queens Ginger Minge and Shangela dishing on the gayest things about the holiday. For LaRiviere, parades steal the show. Quote, "It doesn't get gayer than a parade." Lane hilariously quipped, quote, "The gayest thing about Thanksgiving is probably someone saying, 'I want to dress a turkey.'" How did that expression get away for so long? Shangela added her signature sass, saying, "The turkey. I mean, come on. Who can gobble better than a gay person?" As the first queer-focused cable network, Logo TV has always celebrated queer voices, showcasing bold personalities and redefining traditions. Thanksgiving has always been the gay Rodney Dangerfield of holidays. It gets no respect. After all, it sits between the glitter and glamour of New Year's Eve, Christmas, and gay Christmas, which is Halloween. This Thanksgiving, let's revisit the hilarity and embrace the queer flair that adds extra sparkle to holiday gatherings. What do you think is the gayest thing about Thanksgiving?
The canned cranberry.
The bottle of wine that I need to drown in order to deal with certain relatives.
Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
I mean, waking up and getting to watch many miniature versions of Broadway shows, and I mean, I grew up in New Jersey, so I went to the Thanksgiving Day parade a few times, and yes, it is the gayest thing ever. It is. My partner, who does not like Broadway, is like, "Why are we watching this on Thanksgiving morning with all these, you know, Broadway shows?" And I'm like, "It's the best thing ever," you know, and all the new shows usually premiere on the street.
That's right.
The first run. So that is the gayest thing about
to me, the gayest Thanksgiving event of all time was the Lady Gaga Thanksgiving special, where RuPaul came on stage to do a duet of the song Fashion. You will never get gayer than that for Thanksgiving.
That when I get home.
Oh my God. Also, for viewers to know ahead of time, compared to Lady Gaga, RuPaul is a giant.
Oh, yeah. Lady Gaga's tiny.
And even though she had big shoes on, Lady Gaga had like a foot on her, but RuPaul was like, "I'm going to put on the biggest heels and the biggest wig to still look 5 feet bigger than you." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Well, of course, like what? Ru is like, what, 6 foot tall? Like,
yeah, I think Gaga's like 5'2" without a heel.
Yeah, so.
And that dog show is pretty gay. That's on Thanksgiving. What is the
Westminster dog show?
Love.
Yeah,
it up for the Westminster dog show.
Those dogs are so damn, especially the toy dog division. The little poodles and
they wear white pants.
It's going to be a very eventful thing.
The most important news I've heard of the day.
Also gay.
Very see-through white pants, I might add.
Just saying.
Here's to that.
Well, next, let's queer up gay culture. Singing out loud at Wicked movie is a long, joyous gay tradition, so why stop? Don't sing along to Wicked. We want to hear Ariana Grande, not you. That's the warning from movie theaters and TikTokers about the Wicked movie, but what if we all just relaxed? The movie adaptation starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande is here after 21 years of Wicked building a cult following on Broadway. For LGBTQ fans, the urge to belt out Defying Gravity or Popular is natural. It's a theater kid's dream and a gay anthem tradition, and the queers do not want to breach the tradition this year, especially knowing the current political environment of the country. The stars also understood the craze of singing along and weighed in. Erivo said, quote, "Sing along the first time, but let us sing to you the second time," end quote. Grande added, quote, "We understand if you do or don't stop, just maybe stop if popcorn flies your way," end quote. But social media has exploded since the weekend about singing in the theater. There are thousands of videos and posts about mostly the horror of straight women and gay men singing the words. Looking at the growing trend, theaters have announced that official sing-along screenings start December 25th in 1,000 theaters. Queer News Tonight suspects our community is going to do exactly what they want to do. So grab your glitter, warm up your vocal cords, and prepare to soar. Wicked Part 1 is now in theaters. You know, I always tell people you should definitely obey your corporate overlords in a theater. You know, like, I think this is one of the weirdest controversies of how theaters have been treating their audiences. Because this isn't the only thing. There was another person on the social medias, the TikTok. They got all dressed up. They wore the green face paint.
Yeah.
And they're like, the theater told them, "Oh, we have a policy that you can't have face paint on in the theater." And I'm like,
that's not the case in the theater I was at in Dania Beach. Also, just want to, because it's really important. It's Cynthia Erivo.
I'm so sorry.
It's really important. I know you don't mean to do it on purpose, but I have to acknowledge that. Yeah.
So, I mean, first of all, freedom of speech. You can do whatever you want. You know, we voted for freedom in this election, right?
We
so
sure did.
we can sing in the movie theater. This is our gay Christmas. This is, I think, this is the joy that we were missing this November. So I think everyone go in the theaters, sing, be your biggest Ariana Grande you can be, and enjoy.
Yeah,
Wicked.
I thought that. Sure.
If Karen doesn't like it, she should wait till it comes out on Peacock.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, I mean,
not that deep.
I feel like movie theater managers basically just missed the boat. They should have seen the sing-along coming. They should have had, from the premiere, to have separate showing for the sing-along.
Maybe, yeah.
I can't understand why some people wanted to just sit there and watch the movie. You know, not everyone wanted to.
I don't think it was the decision of the theater. I think that Wicked said we don't want to put out a sing-along version in theaters yet. I don't think that would have been smart.
They want to win an Oscar.
Yeah, no. Because also you want the audience wanting much more. So they're going to go back for the sing-along. It's an addition to what we got already.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they will get some award for best song or whatever. But, you know, and also it's just part one, so it's just act one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's two parts.
Yes.
Oh.
And when you say just, let me just correct you. It is a 2-hour, 40-minute masterpiece, Broadway love letter to the Broadway production. The language has not been modernized in the sense that the Mean Girls musical is a woke version, and I mean that with love, by the way, but an updated version, and the language to the Broadway production and script is mirrored in and it's lovely.
When I heard that, it was like,
I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
When I heard that it was 2+ hours, I thought it was the whole show.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that, but it's really cool if you've seen the musical, if you've seen the stage production, and also if you've read the book. We've talked about the book here a lot. You and I specifically, you know, it's all it really ties it all together. And I think the fact that it's going to be as long as it is because they want to show how everyone got to where they get in Wizard of Oz. So they're going to really show you how this character may or may not end up as this character.
No, I mean, I think it's a good thing because a lot of times Broadway musicals adaptation can be hit or misses depending on how they did it.
100%.
You know, sometimes they cut songs. In the case of like Rents, they cut a lot.
You know, and
they do CGI'd human beings as cats.
We're not talking about that
They didn't
movie.
cut enough in that movie. They didn't cut enough in that movie.
Thou shalt not discuss cats.
Yes.
But like what I like what you were talking about, just the sheer length, because it really is like the Lord of the Rings for theater geeks.
Well, and that's what, kind of people have been saying, like, well, if Titanic can be 9 hours long, why can Wicked not? But I think it almost would have been overstimulating for us musical theater lovers, like, because by the end of it, I needed a hospital visit. I was dry from my tears. My spray tan was not existent whatsoever at all after. I think it would have been too much for the whole thing in one. I really do. I say that with love.
Well.
Yeah.
Next, let's queer up health. New report, shrinking winter penis is real. A new report has revealed what every gay man already knows, shrinking winter penis syndrome. As temperature drops, some men may notice their genital shrinking, a phenomenon dubbed winter penis. According to the Daily Mail, the condition is caused by restricted blood flow as the body prioritizes internal organs to retain heat. Dr. Donald Grant, a GP at the Independent Pharmacy, explains, quote, winter penis is the body's temporary response to the drop in temperatures, which causes the penis and testicle to shrink in size. The testicles shrink so they remain as close to the body as possible to stay warm. Dr. Sarah Jarvis concurs, noting, quote, basically, in winter, your body retains heat by shutting down blood vessels to the surface. We know that one of the most obvious places, because it has a very large surface area, is the penis, end quote. The effects, typically brief, can reduce size by up to 50% and even impact erections, especially for the 30 million American men with erectile dysfunction. Dr. Grant advises that warming up usually restores normal size, but warns that persistent symptoms should prompt a visit to a doctor, as ED can be an indicator of underlying issues like cardiovascular disease. Increasingly, the cold also triggers, quote, cold-induced diuresis, pardon for the jumbled pronunciation there, end quote, increasing urination as blood is redirected to internal organs. Experts caution that excessive urination may indicate hypothermia. So, first, I'm not that kind of doctor, but I did study anatomy back in the day. The testicles technically does not shrink. What is shrinking is actually just the bag.
What's inside?
No, the bag is what shrink. So it pushes the testicle closer to the. So your ball sack, which the testicle contain, will will pull up closer to your body. So if you have low hanger, low hangers, you'll notice that you'll be closer to your body than usual in extremely cold weather. Also, this kind of phenomenon doesn't, it's not about like, oh, you step out of the shower and suddenly there's a cold breeze. We're talking about probably blizzard weather for it to happen.
I just know FayWhat is going to be jealous that she wasn't leading this show, with this story.
And also, I cannot believe that after now 2 years and something, finally I have to tell a story about dicks.
The good news is I went on Amazon today and they have those.
Is there bad news?
They have those hand warmers that you put inside your gloves, so you can just put one right underneath.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty
fine.
Jeff, with in Florida,
in between your underlayer and your pant.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, one, I don't know how this affects us in Florida, to be honest.
None.
But I do have two important comments. One, that whole bit about the ball, I think maybe you guys need to show each other after class, whatever that was. But can I also say, hearing you and seeing you try to keep a straight face while the rest of us were about to break out with laughter, I'm glad to know I'm not the only man here with the maturity of a 12-year-old boy. So thank you all.
Like Eric and Bobby, that's so science.
Oh yes, we were mapping it out. We were mapping it out. We were keeping it PG.
Well, to a more mature subject, let's queer up sports. Here are the most inspiring quotes from 25 years of Outsports athletes. Outsports, a leading voice for LGBTQ representation in sports, is celebrating 25 years of publishing stories that inspire and uplift. Queer News Tonight is proud to make note of this important milestone. Over the years, its coming out stories have spotlighted athletes, coaches, and media professionals, showcasing the depth of the queer sports community. To honor this milestone, Outsports compiled 25 quotes that embody courage, authenticity, and perseverance. Here are some of the inspiring quotes. Sean Gitchell, a swimmer, shared, quote, being on a collegiate team, every queer person has had to code switch. It's okay to not be alike to all the other men, end quote. College track athlete Kylan Drones reflected, quote, people don't care that I'm gay. They judge me based on who I am, not what I am, end quote. Hockey referee Gordy Michard said, quote, being who you truly are is courage made real, end quote. Candace Archer, a cross-country athlete who met her wife during her career, noted, quote, when people see how much we make each other happy, they have a very hard time hating us, end quote. Quinn, a non-binary trans soccer player, emphasized, quote, coming out is hard and kind of BS. I know for me, it's something I'll be doing over again for the rest of my life. I want to be visible to queer folks who don't see people like them on their feed, end quote. For more inspiring quotes, visit Outsports.com. These voices remind us all of the power of authenticity in breaking barriers and redefining norms in sports. You know, I've gone to know a few of the Outsports people over the years at the LGBTQ Journalists Association conference. Really great group of journalists over there. They've been doing this for so long. It's a little bit hard to do such a niche where you're doing like sports is one specific genre of journalism, LGBTQ media is another specific genre. Mm-hmm. To do that niche of in the two and to keep going for over 2 decades, it's amazing. Congratulations, Outsports.
Fantastic work. And also, I remember when like Billy Beane made the biggest news when he became the first even retired pro sports player. Mm-hmm. He was a baseball player to retire. He recently passed away from long-term illness, unfortunately. But that was a huge deal back then. I mean, we still think that is a big deal when Carl, what's his name, Las Vegas Raiders, can't believe there's not Oakland Raiders anymore. Mm-hmm. That's how old I am.
I think it's just good to see, you know, every kind of person, whether it's an athlete with a fabulous platform and they're embracing their lover, and there's a young trans male who is maybe afraid to go play on his school team in grade or high school, but they may see this picture in passing. Little things like that change majorly for other people. So for me, it's great to see that representation. Bobby Blair comes to mind. He was a famous professional tennis player who sits at this table quite a bit, you know, and him and his partner do great things for the community. He's at Tropics now, and he works at Scandals, and he does a lot of different real estate projects. And
just saw him yesterday.
Habitat for Humanity, all of that stuff. Yeah, he's great. So it's like, I think of people like that. So I thank you, Outsports. Next, let's queer up travel. Visit Lauderdale invites you to escape weekends with Rooftop Vibes. Visit Lauderdale is spicing up your weekends with Escape Weekends, a new series running every Friday and Saturday through December 21st. Hosted at the Escape Rooftop Bar, 2900 Rio Mar Street, Fort Lauderdale, this event promises a night of music, drinks, and breathtaking views tailored for weekend thrill seekers. Adding to the allure, the Rooftop's expertly crafted cocktails promise to tantalize your taste buds. Whether you're dancing to the beats or soaking in the vibe with friends, the venue captures Fort Lauderdale's vibrant energy. For the LGBTQ community and allies looking for a lively, inclusive space to celebrate, this event is the perfect escape to kick off your weekend in style. Don't miss it. More information is available at visitlauderdale.com.
As a nonprofit LGBTQ media organization, we would like to thank our viewers for supporting our mission to tell the stories of the queer community. We also thank the generous support of Jet's Pizza. Jet's is the LGBTQ community's most popular pizza in South Florida.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza, Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on Hot Deals for special offers in your area. Jets. Better because it has to be.
We are proud to announce that YouTube has recognized Queer News Tonight, certified by analytics company vidIQ, that we now have more than 10 million views on the only daily live queer news show in the world. We are proud that we have more than 1,000 new subscribers in November, and that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ plus brand in Florida. Over 500,000 of you have watched this show in the last 60 days. We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in our community.
Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church, here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at the Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out television studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m. That is today's news for the LGBTQ community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ evening news show.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform. Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support. If our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world.
This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Outsports magazine, Happening Out television network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your anchor, Eric Restivo, and on behalf of these LGBTQ reporters, the anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Jeff Oliverio, Dr. Bobby Huen, and Alex Morash, we will see you daily at 8 p.m. To our LGBTQ plus world, we wish you good night.
Good night.